back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And the UFC's former champ Conor McGregor has announced his retirement on Twitter over the night. I woke up this morning and start doing some research for the upcoming UFC Philadelphia Edson Barboza versus Justin Gaethje, and I seen this article, this tweet. Conor McGregor made a quick announcement on Twitter. This is what he had to say. I've decided to retire from the sport formerly known as mixed martial art today. He didn't put an S on mixed martial arts. First whiff of bullshit I got. I wish all my old colleagues well going forward in competition. I now join my former partners on this venture already in retirement. Proper pina coladas on me, fellas. Now, this does make sense for, Conor McGregor could definitely retire. He's made more money than any other MMA UFC fighter of all time already. But, and also, on top of that, he's also got Proper 12. He's also got other business ventures outside. He's got the McGregor collection. He's got suits. He's doing all type of business ventures. I'm sure he's got Hollywood opportunities. So he definitely does not need to fight. So, at first, on face value, okay, yeah, Conor could retire. GSP just retired recently. But I don't know about you guys, but I smell bullshit, man. For multiple reasons. Just a couple weeks ago, we heard that McGregor vs. Cowboy was a done deal, right? Okay, now that one got threw off. Maybe it's not McGregor vs. Cowboy, but what are you saying? So a couple weeks ago, they were super close to making a deal with McGregor, according to insiders. People with knowledge, really close to people that are involved in the matchmaking in the UFC, like the Joe Rogans, the Brendan Schaubs, people that are close to Cowboy. I'm pretty sure Brendan Schaub speaks to Cowboy directly. And to their knowledge, McGregor vs. Cowboy was just a done deal, not too long ago. So McGregor went from, being almost ready to fight to retiring. And even if it's not the Cowboy fight, what about the Nate Diaz fight? They're 1-1 on the official records. It's 1-1. How do you retire when you have a fight with Nate Diaz and you guys are 1-1? Speaking of Nate Diaz, he ain't fought in 3 years and he ain't retired. So, you know what I'll say to this, and I'll get off of this, because I have a couple other things I want to talk about on this video. Leave the USADA pool so I know it's real. You know what I'm saying? George St. Pierre retired and he actually left the USADA pool. It's going to take him a few months of going through USADA testing before he can come back and fight. So I'll say that if McGregor really wants us to believe he's just retired, and he's done this before, came out, thanks for the cheese, catch you later, threatened retirement when the business negotiations weren't going the way he might have wanted. So this could be a business tactic. This could be another negotiation tactic to negotiate his next fight. He's talked a lot about wanting shares in the company. And, if you think about the timeline, according to what we heard, he did seem to be negotiating a fight recently. So this isn't the first time McGregor's been negotiating a fight and then retired out of nowhere. So we'll see if he actually retires. Like I said, leave the USADA pool so we know it's real. But he could retire. It's a real possibility. But there's just a lot of fights left, and I think it would be a little bit of a, I don't want to say travesty. It's not that far, but there's definitely some good fights left for McGregor. Even more so as of late. You got the Cowboys, you got the Poirier, you got the Holloway rematch, the Nate Diaz that was always there. What if GSP wants to come out of retirement? You got Woodley. There's so many fights for McGregor right now. So if he's, in a place to where he's focusing so much on his other business ventures that he can't train properly, then it does make sense to retire. If you're signing, if you're at work doing Proper 12 marketing all day, and so you had to skip jiu-jitsu, and then you had to skip wrestling, because you had to go set up the proper 12 March collection, or get the April collection ready, and so you had to miss wrestling practice, then yeah, there's no reason to keep fighting, because people are gonna expect you to fight at the highest level, and you damn sure can't fight Khabib if you're not training 100%. There'd be no point in doing that. So if Conor McGregor wants his belt back, he's going to have to be able to dedicate 100% to fighting, and he might not be able to do that at this point in his life with so much other shit going on, especially if he decides to venture off and step into Hollywood, dibble and dabble into acting, which he could very well do. He's already turned down movie opportunities for fights in the past. And oh, by the way, I haven't even mentioned the WWE. You got Ronda Rousey retweeting this, talking about the second rounds on her. Some other WWE guy responded to this. Like, let me click it, show you who. I don't keep up. I don't know exactly who it was, but there's already a lot of people insinuating at the WWE. Cyborg, she's recently been calling out Ronda Rousey. I think she's going to the WWE soon. There's like an actual "See you at Mania, brother," right here. Finn Balor, "See you at Mania, brother." So he might, who knows? There's just a million opportunities for McGregor. But as of right now, his most recent tweet, he said he's decided to retire from the sport formerly known as mixed martial art. And you know Conor McGregor's the type of slick motherfucker, like, I said art, I didn't say mixed martial arts. Ha ha, gotcha. You know he's the type to hit you with something like that. So we'll see, man. But yeah, shout out to the Full-Time family. I'm going to be working on these predictions and stuff to get these out for UFC Philadelphia. But a couple other things. Dana White did react to Conor McGregor's retirement tweet. He said it totally makes sense. He said he has the money to retire and his whiskey is killing it. It totally makes sense. If I was him, I would retire too. He's retiring from fighting, not from working. The whiskey will keep him busy. I'm sure he has other things he's working on. He has been so fun to watch. He's accomplished incredible things in this sport. I'm so happy for him, and I look forward to seeing him be as successful outside of the octagon as he was in it. And so Dana White's not on a different tune. He's not like, oh no, he's not retiring. Trust me. You know, he's okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. And so yeah, as of right now, and we've seen this before, not only with Conor, just with a lot of fighters who announce their retirement, but they're not really retired. So that's why we got to really wait and see if he leaves the USADA pool, and if so, then that's one step toward actual real retirement from the sport. Now, the only other thing, speaking of Nate Diaz, he did take to, I can't play it because it's got a Tupac song. Actually, if I mute it, you guys, yeah, I can mute it, I think. Let me make sure you guys can't hear it. Yep. Alright, so as long as I mute it, you guys are good. So he posted this video along with this message. He said, Khabib's hiding scared because I slapped the shit out of him. Conor already got his ass beat twice. Where the fuck you at, Khabib? P.S. Poirier's a pussy. This motherfucker's crazy. Khabib is suspended though, in case anybody didn't know that. And maybe Nate Diaz does know that, but he posted this video as well. He said, P.S. Poirier's a pussy. He's talking about a lot of guys, and it's crazy because you would say he's talking about inactive guys, and clearly not Poirier, but literally every one of the guys he's talking about has fought once, if not multiple times before him. And I'm a Nate Diaz fan. I really am. I like the guy. I root for the guy. Not because, you know, it's more of a background thing, you know, and rooting for the struggle and the come up and that type of shit. But I mean, as far as being a fighter at this point, it's just wild. I mean, talking shit like this, I slapped the shit out of Khabib, he's hiding. Conor got his ass beat twice, okay, I get that one if you feel that. This P.S. Poirier is a pussy right here. That really gets me. Poirier's putting in that work against the best fighters in the world. And then when is the last time Nate fought? Little league work going on 3 years. And he's calling Poirier a pussy on social media. Yes, that is a little wild. So, with that being said, a little bit of a news update for you guys. Salute to the Full-Time family. Going to be working on these research for these predictions, so I'll get those out as soon as possible. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, and also make sure to smash that thumbs up button like your middle name is Khabib. with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about Conor McGregor's retirement. Are you buying it or nah? I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.